Congratulations, you've just been born in ancient Egypt. The year is approximately 2580 BC. You're a farmer, you grow barley and wheat along the Nile. Your life is simple, predictable, comfortable by ancient standards. You wake up, you farm, you sleep, you repeat. It's not exciting, but it's yours. You have a small plot of land, a mud brick house, a family, enough food. That's success, that's stability, that's everything a farmer could want. Basically, you're living the ancient Egyptian dream, which is significantly less dreamy than the modern dream, but you don't know that yet. Ignorance is bliss. Then the Nile floods, like it does every year, covering your fields, making them impossible to farm. For 3 months, 3 months of waiting for water to recede, 3 months of no farming, 3 months of nothing to do. In most years this is fine. You rest, you repair tools, you prepare for next season, maybe binge watch some hieroglyphics. Wait, that doesn't exist yet. You're bored, very bored, extremely bored. But this year is different. This year there's a pyramid being built. The pharaoh's pyramid, the Great Pyramid, the biggest pyramid ever attempted. The ancient equivalent of someone saying, I'm going to build the tallest building ever, except instead of steel and elevators, it's stone and questionable life choices. And the pharaoh needs workers, lots of workers, thousands of workers. Workers like you. This isn't slavery. Let's be clear about that right now. You're not being kidnapped, not being forced at spear point, not being whipped by a guy who looks like he escaped from a bad Hollywood set. This is corvée labor, obligatory service, like taxes, except instead of grain you're paying with time, with work, with 3 months of your life. Every able-bodied man does this. It's expected. It's normal. It's how Egypt functions. Think of it as ancient Egypt's version of jury duty, except instead of sitting in a courtroom, you're hauling 2-ton stones in the desert. Same level of enthusiasm, though. The pharaoh provides order, protection, irrigation. In return, you provide labor. When the fields flood and you can't farm anyway, it's the system. It's been the system forever. You accept this. Everyone accepts this. Complaining about corvée labor is like complaining about the sun rising. Pointless. The sun doesn't care. The pharaoh doesn't care. The stones definitely don't care. So you pack. Simple supplies, extra tunic, your tools, a blanket, some dried fish. You say goodbye to your family, your wife, your children. They'll manage without you. They'll be fine. 3 months isn't forever. You'll be back. Before next planting season. Before you're actually needed. This is fine. This is normal. This is just what you do. What every Egyptian does. Service to Pharaoh. Service to Egypt. Service to the gods. You're building eternity. You're part of something bigger. Something that will outlast you. Outlast your children. Outlast everyone. Forever. That's meaningful. That's important. That's worth 3 months. Probably. Hopefully. Maybe you'll get extra beer rations. That would make it worth it. You leave your village, join other workers, heading to Giza, to the pyramid site. The journey takes days, walking along the Nile, watching the river, the boats, the life. Egypt is beautiful, fertile, rich. The Nile provides everything: water, food, transport, life, regular flooding for convenient work scheduling. You're grateful, even now, even heading to 3 months of hard labor. You're grateful for the Nile, for Egypt, for stability, for civilization, for not being a nomad wandering the desert dying of thirst. Things could be worse. Things are often worse. For most people in most places, things are much worse. You're Egyptian. That's winning the ancient world lottery. Remember that. When your back hurts and your hands bleed and you're questioning every life choice, remember, you're Egyptian. You're lucky, relatively, in a Bronze Age sort of way. You arrive at Giza, and you stop. You stare. Because the pyramid is impossible. It's already massive. And it's not even finished. Not even close, just the base is staggering. Bigger than anything you've ever seen. Bigger than anything you imagined could exist. And they're still building, still adding, still making it bigger. How? How is this possible? How did humans make this? You're about to find out. You're about to be part of this. You're about to build impossible thing for 3 months, starting now. No pressure. Just constructing one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Casual Tuesday. Arrival, welcome to Pyramid Camp, ancient Egypt's corporate onboarding. You're directed to the workers' camp. It's huge. Thousands of people. Tents, cooking fires, storage buildings, workshops. It's a city, a temporary city. A city built just to build a pyramid, just to serve one purpose. Then it will disappear. But for now, it's alive, bustling, organized, efficient. Someone meets you, records your name, your village, assigns you to a team. Team 7, block haulers. You'll be moving stones, large stones, very large stones, from quarry to pyramid, up the ramps, into position. That's your job, for 3 months, moving impossibly heavy objects up increasingly steep inclines. Fun. This will be fun. Definitely fun. About as fun as dental surgery performed with a rock, which is also how dental surgery is performed in ancient Egypt. Everything is rocks. It's the Bronze Age. We're working with limited materials here. You're shown to your tent. Shared tent. 10 men, sleeping mats, simple, cramped, but clean, organized. Better than you expected. You were imagining squalor, chaos, suffering, but it's actually decent, functional. Someone planned this. Someone thought about logistics, about keeping workers alive and productive. That's good. That's reassuring. Ancient Egypt invented project management. Someone's tracking inventory, scheduling shifts and making sure the beer supply doesn't run out. That person deserves a raise. They probably got extra onions instead. You meet your tent mates. Various men, various villages, various ages. One guy introduces himself immediately, loudly, confidently, annoyingly. I'm Khenti, I've done this before. 2 seasons, I'm practically an expert, which means I know exactly how much this is going to hurt. Spoiler, a lot. Everything will hurt. Your hands, your back, your feet, your soul, especially your soul. But the food is good, really good, better than home. So there's that. Focus on the food, ignore the pain. That's my strategy. Works sometimes, actually works never, but it's the strategy. You're not sure if Khenti is helpful or terrifying. Probably both. Definitely both. He has the energy of someone who's seen things, stone-related things, traumatic stone-related things. Another man speaks, older, calmer, wiser seeming. I'm Merib. This is my 7th pyramid. Different pharaohs, different sites. Same work, same stones. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm still here. Because this matters. Building eternity matters. Remember that when Khenti is complaining, which he does, constantly, without stopping, ever. I don't complain. I provide honest commentary on absurd situation. There's a difference. That's literally the definition of complaining. That's the definition of wisdom. You're going to be living with these people for 3 months. This will be interesting. Very interesting. Possibly maddening. Definitely memorable. Ancient Egypt didn't have reality TV, but they had this. 10 guys in a tent arguing about stones. Same energy. The first day. Learning the ropes. Literally. There are so many ropes. Morning comes early, very early. Before dawn. Someone's banging on a drum, loud drum, insistent drum. Ancient Egypt's alarm clock. No snooze button, just drum. Relentless drum. Time to work. You stumble out of tent. Everything is dark, cold. The desert gets cold at night. You didn't know that. You thought deserts were always hot. Wrong. Deserts are temperature extremes. Very hot, very cold. Never comfortable. Always trying to kill you. Welcome to desert life. It's like nature's mood swings. Except instead of emotions, it's heat stroke or hypothermia. Choose your adventure. Breakfast is distributed. Bread, onions, beer. Beer for breakfast. Yes, beer. At 6 a.m. The ancient Egyptians invented day drinking. Not for fun, for survival. Because water will kill you, but beer won't. The brewing process kills the bad stuff. So you drink beer. Always beer. Beer for breakfast, beer for lunch, beer for dinner. It's not about getting drunk. It's hydration. It's calories. It's safety. Though getting slightly drunk is nice side effect, makes the stones feel lighter. They're not lighter. You're just less aware of reality. Ancient Egypt's version of workplace benefits, beer. No dental plan, no retirement fund, just beer. And honestly, that's not terrible. You gather with Team 7, 20 men, your team, your brothers. For 3 months, you'll work together, eat together, suffer together, succeed together. Team is everything. Team is survival. Team is how impossible becomes possible. Your foreman introduces himself. Big guy, tough guy, experienced guy, has the look of someone who's moved approximately 1 million stones and has no patience for nonsense. I'm Neff, I run Team 7. We're block haulers. We move stones, big stones, from quarry to pyramid. We're good at it. We'll stay good at it. Because good teams get bonuses, extra rations, extra beer, better assignments. Bad teams get nothing except shame and more work. Don't be bad team, be good team. Pull your weight. Literally, pull your literal weight plus the weight of a stone plus the weight of your collective determination not to disappoint me. Questions? You have many questions. You ask none of them. Asking questions seems weak, seems like complaining. You're not complainer. You're Egyptian. You're worker. You're builder of eternity. You'll figure it out. Or die trying. Preferably figure it out. Death seems inconvenient. You're taken to the quarry. Where stones are cut, where your day begins, there's a stone. Waiting. Massive limestone block. Approximately 2 tons. Maybe more. You're not good at estimating stone weight. You're a farmer. You estimate grain weight. Stone weight is new, but it looks heavy. Very heavy. Impossibly heavy. Like someone looked at a small building and said, this, but mobile. 20 men are supposed to move this, 20 men including you. This seems impossible. This seems like physics violation. This seems like death. Ancient Egypt, where OSHA doesn't exist and health and safety is just don't die. Please, we need you for the next stone. The team positions. Ropes attached to stone. Complex rope system. Pulleys. Leverage. Egyptian engineering. It's sophisticated. More sophisticated than you expected. Someone figured this out. Someone did the math. Someone made impossible possible. Through ropes. Through angles. Through cleverness. That's Egypt. That's why Egypt builds pyramids. Because Egyptians are clever. Resourceful. Determined. Stubborn. Occasionally insane. But clever. Very clever. And slightly obsessed with triangles. Neff gives signals. Hand signals. Everyone knows them. Except you. You're learning, watching, copying, trying not to mess up, trying not to be the weak link, trying not to kill anyone, including yourself, especially yourself. First day workplace injuries are embarrassing. How'd you die? Stone. First day, didn't see it coming. Not the legacy you want. Pull. Everyone pulls. You pull. The stone moves. Slightly. Barely. But it moves. It actually moves. 20 men are moving a 2-ton stone. Through ropes. Through effort. Through teamwork. You're doing this. You're actually doing this. Ancient Egypt invented CrossFit. Except instead of tires and ropes, it's actual construction equipment. And instead of gym memberships, it's mandatory civic duty. Same sweating though. Same regret. Your hands immediately hurt. The rope burns, cuts. Your palms aren't used to this. Farmer hands are soft. Comparatively. This rope is not soft. This rope is made of pain and fiber. Mostly pain. You pull. Keep pulling. The stone slides onto wooden rollers. Genius. Rollers reduce friction. Make movement possible. Someone invented this. Someone brilliant. Someone who made your suffering possible. Thanks, ancient engineer. Thanks a lot. Your contribution to human progress is noted and resented. You spend hours moving this one stone. Hours, one stone, from quarry to base of pyramid. Across sand, across dirt, across distance. It's exhausting. Brutal. Your hands are bleeding. Your back is screaming. Your legs are shaking. You're dying. You're definitely dying. Death is imminent. Khenti notices your suffering. First day? Yes. It shows you're holding rope wrong, you're pulling wrong, you're breathing wrong, you're existing wrong, everything wrong. Thanks. Very helpful. Extremely encouraging. Here, like this. Grip higher. Use legs more, back less. Breathe with pulls, rhythm. Everything is rhythm. Stone, rope, breath, all together, all synchronized. That's how you survive. That's how you avoid death. That's how ancient Egyptians invented synchronized swimming, except it's synchronized stone hauling and significantly less graceful. You adjust. Try his method. It's better, slightly better, still terrible, but less terrible. Improvement, small improvement, but improvement. You'll take it. You'll take any improvement, anything that reduces suffering, anything that postpones death. You're not picky. Bronze Age standards are low. Noon, the reality sets in and it's heavy, like the stones. Midday break, thank the gods, all the gods, every single god. Ra, Osiris, Isis, that one god who's probably a cat. You collapse, in shade, under a canopy. They provide shade. They actually provide shade. Someone thought about sun, about heat, about workers dying from exposure. Good, smart, logical. You appreciate logistics. You love logistics. Logistics is life. Logistics is the difference between ancient wonder and pile of stones with dead people. Water is distributed. You drink a lot. You're dehydrated, extremely dehydrated. Working in sun, in heat, pulling ropes, sweating constantly. You need water. Lots of water. They provide it. They actually provide enough. This is organized. This is planned. This is functioning system. Ancient Egypt invented supply chain management. Someone's tracking water barrels, bread ovens, and beer fermentation schedules. That person is a hero, an unsung hero. A hero who will never be remembered, but a hero nonetheless. Food is distributed. Bread, onions, dried fish, some dates. It's good. Actually good. Better than your meals at home. More food, more variety. They're feeding you well, because they need you strong, need you working, need you not dying. Dead workers are useless. Weak workers are useless. They invest in keeping you functional. Through food, through water, through shade. It's pragmatic, it's effective, it's appreciated. Ancient Egypt invented employee benefits. No stock options, no 401k, just food that doesn't kill you and beer that makes you forget you're in pain. Honestly, better than most modern startups. You sit with Team 7, eating, recovering, dying quietly. Khenti is talking, always talking, constantly talking, never stopping. He has opinions about everything, mostly stones, always stones. Sometimes beer, usually both. So, first morning, thoughts, regrets, existential crises, questioning your life choices, wondering why Pharaoh couldn't have chosen a smaller tomb, maybe a nice pyramid-shaped hut, something modest. Everything hurts. That's normal. By tonight, everything will hurt more. By tomorrow, you'll discover muscles you didn't know you had, because they'll all hurt, individually, personally, intimately. It's a journey, a painful journey, a journey through suffering to enlightenment. Except the enlightenment is just accepting that this is your life now, for 3 months. Welcome to pyramid building. It's like a spa retreat, except the opposite of that in every conceivable way. An older team member, Amose, laughs. Khenti loves to encourage new workers, with honesty, brutal honesty, crushing honesty. The kind of honesty that makes you question why you left your farm. I prefer realistic expectations. I'm managing expectations, preventing disappointment. You're welcome. Someone has to prepare you for the reality that this job is essentially drag-heavy object up ramp for 3 months straight. It's not complicated. It's just terrible. You look at the pyramid. From here, from distance, it's magnificent. Truly magnificent. Overwhelming. Impossible. And you're building it. You're actually building it. Your hands, your back, your effort. This impossible thing is being made possible by you, by everyone, by collective effort. That's amazing. That's profound. That's making the pain almost worth it. Almost. The pain is still pretty bad, though. The pyramid is impressive, but your hands are bleeding, and that's hard to ignore. Why so big, you ask? The question you've been thinking. The question everyone thinks but few ask. Why does one man need something so massive? Couldn't Pharaoh have chosen something more reasonable? Silence. Everyone looks at you, then at each other. Then Khenti grins, wide grin, mischievous grin. The grin of someone who's been waiting for this question. Oh good, you're a thinker. This will be fun. We have a philosopher. Someone get this man more beer. He's going to need it. Merib speaks carefully, slowly, with the patience of someone who's had this conversation many times. Pharaoh is divine. Divine requires appropriate monument. Appropriate means massive, eternal, impressive. This is appropriate. This is necessary. This is what gods deserve. Stop questioning it before someone reports you for blasphemy, and you spend the rest of your season in remedial stone stacking. But is it though? Khenti interrupts. Cannot help himself. Never helps himself. Is it appropriate or is it excessive, possibly insane, just slightly megalomaniacal? I'm just asking questions, healthy questions, philosophical questions. Like, why are we building a mountain so one man has fancy grave? Couldn't we do something more useful? Like build granaries, irrigation, literally anything else? Maybe a nice public library? Wait, writing barely exists. Never mind. Pyramid it is. The pyramid employs thousands, Merib counters. Patient Merib, long-suffering Merib, provides work, distributes wealth, feeds families. Its economic program, disguised as tomb. It's not just monument, it's jobs program. Ancient Egypt invented Keynesian economics. Pharaoh spends money, workers get paid, economy functions, everyone wins. Sort of. Mostly. You're still moving stones in the heat, but at least you're employed. That's cope. That's justification. That's what we tell ourselves, so we feel better about the fact that we're literally building the most expensive grave in human history. But it creates jobs. So does every construction project. We could be building something useful. Instead, we're building giant triangle for dead guy. You're fascinated. This conversation, this debate, this blasphemy. They're questioning Pharaoh, questioning pyramid, questioning everything, and nobody's stopping them. Nobody's arresting them. Workers can speak freely, here, away from overseers, among themselves. This is allowed. This is normal. This is fascinating. Ancient Egypt invented workplace water cooler talk, except instead of water it's beer, and instead of cooler, it's shade, and instead of complaining about the boss, it's complaining about the God King. Higher stakes. Same energy. And what do you think? Amos asks you. Is pyramid meaningful or madness? Divine necessity or expensive funeral? Eternal monument or 3-month waste of your time? I don't know. I just got here. Ask me in 3 months. After I've moved enough stones to have opinion. Informed opinion. Suffering-based opinion. Pain-earned wisdom. Everyone laughs. Genuine laughter. You've passed some test. Some unspoken test. You're accepted. You're part of Team 7. You're part of the conversation. You're part of the community. That feels good. Surprisingly good. Community matters. Even here. Especially here. When everything hurts and everything is hard and you're questioning everything. Community makes it bearable. Makes it survivable. Makes it almost okay. Ancient Egypt invented team bonding. Through shared suffering. Through collective questioning. Through beer. Mostly beer. Afternoon. Up the ramp. Ancient Egypt's stairmaster from hell. Break ends. Back to work. The stone needs to move. Up the ramp. The massive ramp. Leading up the pyramid. Gradual incline. Very gradual. But still incline. Still upward. Still fighting gravity. Gravity is undefeated. Gravity always wins. But you're going to try anyway. You're going to pull this stone up this ramp. Because that's the job. Because that's what Egyptians do. Impossible things. Through stubbornness. Through collective effort. through refusing to accept that something can't be done. Ancient Egypt invented the phrase, "Hold my beer and watch this." Except they're drinking the beer while doing it. Multitasking. The stone is loaded onto a sledge. Wooden sledge. Runners on bottom. Reduces friction. Someone pours water on the sand. In front of sledge. Makes sand firmer. Makes pulling easier. Genius. Simple genius. Practical genius. Egyptian genius. Someone figured this out. Through experimentation. Through trial and error. Through thinking about physics before physics was invented. You appreciate this. You appreciate clever ancestors. Clever ancestors who made your suffering slightly less severe. Slightly. You're still pulling a 2-ton stone up a ramp, but at least the sand is wet. Small victories. 20 men. 20 ropes. 1 stone. 1 ramp. 1 goal. Get stone to top. Place stone. Succeed. Repeat. Forever. Or 3 months. Whichever comes first. Hopefully 3 months. You'd prefer 3 months. Forever seems excessive. Nef gives signal. You pull. All together. Synchronized. The stone moves, slides, up the ramp, slowly, very slowly, painfully slowly, glacially slowly, but moving. You're making progress. Actual progress. Measurable progress. The pyramid is growing. Because of you. Because of this. Because of pulling. Because of pain. Because of effort. Progress. Real progress. Ancient Egypt invented incremental progress tracking. Each stone is milestone. Each level is achievement. Each day is surviving. That's success. That's winning. That's Bronze Age project management. Your hands are destroyed. The rope has removed several layers of skin. You're bleeding. Everyone's bleeding. This is normal. This is expected. Nobody complains. Complaining is weak. Complaining is pointless. You just pull. Just endure. Just continue. That's strength. That's Egyptian. That's how pyramids get built. Through bleeding hands and refusing to stop. Through ignoring pain. Through accepting that suffering is just part of the process. Ancient Egypt invented no pain, no gain. Except it's more constant pain, minimal gain, eternal monument. Less catchy, more accurate. Someone starts singing. Work song, ancient song. Everyone knows it. Everyone joins. Even you. You don't know words. You learn fast. You join in. Because singing helps. Rhythm helps. Unity helps. Together helps. Ancient Egypt invented sea shanties. Except it's desert. And there's no sea. And it's stones, not ships. Desert shanties. Sand songs. Stone melodies. Work chants. Whatever you call them, they work. Pull, pull. Stone of gods. Pull, pull. Forever stands. Sweat. Bleed. For eternity. Build. Rise. For glory. It's simple. It's repetitive. It's perfect. The rhythm synchronizes movement. Everyone pulls together. Everyone breathes together. Everyone is one unit. One purpose. One pyramid. This is how it works. This is how impossible becomes possible. Through unity. Through rhythm. Through refusing to be separate individuals. You're Team 7. You're builders. You're eternal. For the next 3 months. Then you're farmers again. But right now, this moment, you're eternal. You're legendary. You're slowly dying, but in a meaningful way. Halfway up the ramp, something happens. Behind you. Team 3. You hear shouts. Then crash. Massive crash. Sound of disaster. Sound of failure. Sound of stone going where stone should not go. You stop. Turn. Team 3's stone. It slipped. Broke free. Rolled backward. Down the ramp. Fast. Uncontrolled. Deadly. Workers scatter. Dive. Run. Ancient Egypt's version of run, except in ancient Egyptian. The stone crashes. Hits bottom. Destroys the rollers. Barely misses killing 3 men. Stops. Finally stops. Silence. Heavy silence. Everyone staring, processing. That almost killed people. That was almost disaster. That was almost tragedy. That was almost explaining to someone's family why they're not coming home. Awkward conversation nobody wants. The foreman appears. Big man. Angry man. Very angry man. His name is Senu. Everyone fears Senu. With good reason. Senu has the energy of someone who's seen every possible way workers can screw up and has run out of patience approximately 7 pyramids ago. Team 3. Team 3 stands reluctantly, fearfully, knowing what's coming, knowing this is bad, knowing they're about to experience ancient Egypt's version of performance review, except instead of needs improvement, it's, you almost killed 3 people and wasted half a day. You just lost us half a day of work. You broke equipment. You nearly killed workers. You're incompetent, careless, worthless, extra shift. Tonight, double work tomorrow, no beer for a week. And if this happens again, you're removed, sent home, dishonored. Do you understand? They understand. Everyone understands. Don't be Team 3. Never be Team 3. Hold your rope. Always. No matter what. No matter how tired. No matter how much pain. Hold the rope. Your life depends on it. Other lives depend on it. Everything depends on it. Hold the rope. Ancient Egypt's #1 workplace safety rule. Don't drop the stone. That's it. That's the whole rule. Simple, effective, terrifying. Your team continues. More carefully, more focused, more aware. The stone reaches the top, finally reaches the top. Hours later, exhausted, destroyed, but successful. The stone is placed perfectly, exactly where it needs to be. One more block, one more piece, one more step toward completion, toward eternity, toward impossible made possible. Ancient Egypt invented checking off items on to-do list, except instead of emails and meetings, it's move giant stone up ramp. More physically demanding, equally soul-crushing. Different kind of soul-crushing. Nef nods, approval, rare approval, precious approval. Good work, Team 7, consistent, reliable, disciplined. This is why we get bonuses. This is why we're respected, because we don't drop stones. We don't fail. We succeed every time. Remember this. Be proud of this. You earned this. Now go get your extra beer ration. You've earned that too. You're proud. Actually proud. Despite exhaustion, despite pain, despite bleeding hands and screaming back, you're proud. You moved a 2-ton stone up a massive ramp. You did that. You were part of that. That stone will be there forever. Long after you're dead. Long after everyone's dead. That stone. Your stone. Forever. That's meaningful. That's achievement. That's worth something. Maybe everything. Definitely worth at least the extra beer. The beer makes everything worthwhile. Ancient Egypt understood priorities. Evening. The camp comes alive. Ancient Egypt's happy hour. Work ends. Sun sets. Camp transforms. From work site to community. Fires are lit. Food is cooked. People relax, talk, laugh. Exist as humans instead of machines. This is important time. This is recovery time. This is why you don't go completely insane time. This is ancient Egypt's version of leaving the office, except the office is a pyramid construction site and leaving means walking 50 feet to your tent. Close commute. Terrible job. Balanced. Dinner is distributed. And it's good. Really good. Roasted duck, bread, lentils, onions, leeks, beer, lots of beer. This is feast, actual feast. Better than most meals at home. They're feeding you well, very well, because they need you strong, need you working, need you not rioting. Food prevents riots. Food creates loyalty. Food makes suffering tolerable. Smart, very smart, pragmatic, Egyptian. Ancient Egypt invented employee retention strategies, free lunch, actually free dinner, and breakfast and beer. Honestly, better benefits than most modern companies. No health insurance, but unlimited bread and beer. Trade-offs. You sit with Team 7, eating, drinking, recovering. Everyone's exhausted, everyone's in pain, everyone's happy, relatively happy. The food helps, the beer helps, the community helps. Everything helps. You're alive. You survived first day. That's achievement. That's success. That's cause for celebration. Or at least cause for beer. Same thing, really. Khenti raises his beer. Dramatic gesture. Theatrical gesture. Khenti does everything theatrically. To Team 7, we didn't drop our stone. We're not Team 3. We're superior in every conceivable way. We're legends. We're heroes. We're slightly drunk, but that's beside the point. Everyone raises cups. To not being Team 3, to superior rope-holding skills, to extra beer, to surviving another day in paradise. Ancient Egypt invented toasts, celebrating small victories, celebrating not dying, celebrating having beer, low bar, achievable goals, good system, laughter, genuine laughter, after brutal day, after suffering, after pain. Still laughter, still joy, still community. Humans are resilient, incredibly resilient, possibly insane, but resilient. Ancient Egypt proved humans can endure anything as long as there's beer and people to complain with. That's civilization, that's society, that's humanity. Someone from Team 5 overhears, takes offense. Team rivalry, team competition. Team 5 guys stands up, points, accuses. Team 7 placed 1 stone today. We placed 2. 2, we're faster, better, superior, more efficient, more skilled, more everything. Khenti stands, dramatically, always dramatically. Your stones were smaller, significantly smaller, practically pebbles. My grandmother could move your stones, alone, while blind, backwards, uphill, both ways. Your grandmother couldn't move dust. My grandmother is legendary. She once moved an entire boulder, uphill, during a sandstorm, while composing poetry. Don't disrespect my grandmother. This is happening. This is actual argument. Grown men arguing about stone sizes while eating duck. This is pyramid life. This is camp culture. This is beautiful stupidity. Ancient Egypt invented trash talk, sports rivalry, workplace competition. Except instead of sales numbers, it's stones moved per day. Same energy, different metrics. Neff walks by, shakes his head. Disappointed parent energy. Children. I'm supervising children, highly capable children. But children, stop arguing before I assign extra shifts. To everyone, including the teams not arguing. I'll punish innocent people. I don't care. I'm tired. Silence. Immediate silence. Nobody wants extra shifts. Argument forgotten. Peace restored. Through threat of work. Effective management. Ancient Egypt invented motivation through fear of overtime. Tale as old as time, or at least as old as pyramids. You're finishing your duck. It's delicious. Truly delicious. You're savoring it, making it last. This might be best meal you've had, ever. And you're eating it in workers' camp, while building pyramid, while suffering, while bleeding. Life is strange. Life is complicated. Life is weird. But duck is good. Duck makes everything better. Temporarily, but better. Ancient Egypt understood that happiness is temporary, but duck is eternal. Wait, duck isn't eternal? Duck is dinner. Stone is eternal, but duck is better. Priorities. Merib sits next to you. Old Merib. Wise Merib. Quiet Merib who speaks rarely but meaningfully. Every word counts. Every sentence is wisdom. Or at least sounds like wisdom. Hard to tell when you're this tired. Your first day. You survived. Many don't. Not because they die, because they quit. Give up. Can't handle it. But you stayed. You finished. You pulled the rope. That matters. That's character. That's strength. Remember this day. When it gets harder. And it will get harder. Much harder. Significantly harder. Uncomfortably harder. Remember you survived first day. Remember you're capable. Remember you're builder of eternity. Sort of. Through proxy, through stones. But still. Builder. You nod. Can't speak. Too emotional. Too exhausted. Too everything. But you heard him. You understand. You'll remember. First day. You survived. You're builder. You're Egyptian. You're part of something impossible. Something eternal. Something meaningful. Maybe. Hopefully. Even if it's absurd. Even if it's excessive. Even if it's just expensive funeral. You're part of it. You're building it. You matter. For 3 months. Then back to farming. But for now. This moment. You matter. You're builder of eternity. And that's something. That's everything. That's worth the bleeding hands. Probably. No. Week 2, finding rhythm and calluses, mostly calluses. 2 weeks pass, you survive, you adapt. Your body changes, becomes harder, stronger, more resistant, more capable, more stone-shaped. Your hands develop calluses, thick calluses, impressive calluses. You could probably use your hands as tools at this point. Your muscles grow. Your back strengthens. You're becoming different person, worker person, pyramid person, strong person, stone person. You're transforming, physically, mentally, spiritually, maybe, definitely physically. Your body is basically what if farmer but optimized for stones. Ancient Egypt invented body transformation programs. Except instead of gym membership, it's mandatory civic duty. And instead of protein shakes, it's beer. Results similar, process different. The work becomes routine. Not easy, never easy, but routine. Predictable, manageable. You know the process, know the ropes, know the team, know the system. You function efficiently, effectively, automatically. Your machine, human machine, pulling, moving, building, repeat, forever, or 3 months, same thing. You're basically ancient Egypt's version of factory worker, except the factory is a pyramid, and the product is eternity, and the working conditions violate every modern labor law, but otherwise similar. Team 7 develops identity, character, culture, reputation. You're known as good team, reliable team, fast team, consistent team, the team that doesn't drop stones, the team that gets bonuses, the team that other teams envy. You get extras, extra rations, better assignments, respect. Other teams envy you, some hate you, some want to join you. You're successful. Team 7 is successful. That feels good. Really good. Pride, actual pride. In work, in team, in achievement. Ancient Egypt invented workplace pride. Team spirit, collective identity. You're not just workers, you're Team 7. That's brand, that's identity, that's meaning. Khenti is your friend now. Your annoying, sarcastic, never-stopping talking friend. But friend nonetheless. He makes work tolerable, makes suffering bearable, through humor, through commentary, through constant stream of consciousness about absurdity of existence and size of stones and incompetence of other teams, and why Pharaoh's tomb needs to be this big and whether gods actually care about triangles. He's exhausting. He's hilarious. He's necessary. Ancient Egypt invented the workplace comedian. Every team needs one. Keeps morale up, keeps people from crying, keeps everyone slightly amused despite suffering. One morning while pulling, he starts different song, different lyrics, same rhythm, but different meaning. Blasphemous meaning, heretical meaning, hilarious meaning. Pull, pull, stone of gods, pull, pull, for one man's corpse, sweat, bleed, for eternity, break, backs, for divinity. You almost drop the rope, from shock, from laughter, from horror. This is blasphemy, this is sacrilege, this is hilarious. This is exactly what everyone's thinking, but nobody says. Others hear. Some gasp, some laugh, some look terrified. Khenti continues, louder, more confident, more blasphemous, more perfect. Build, rise, forever stands, for man who's dead already. Stone, sweat, Egyptian pride, or expensive funeral maybe. You're all laughing now, can't help it. It's too funny, too accurate, too perfectly capturing the absurdity, the contradiction, the question everyone thinks but nobody says. Why are we building mountain for dead man? Is this meaningful or insane? Nobody knows. But the song is funny. The song is perfect. Ancient Egypt invented protest songs, workplace satire, institutional criticism through music. Can't get fired if you're singing. That's the loophole. Nef approaches. Everyone stops singing, switches to regular song immediately. Perfect synchronization, perfect innocence, perfect we weren't doing anything suspicious. Nef is skeptical, knows something happened, can't prove what, glares at Khenti specifically. Khenti looks innocent, completely innocent, impossibly innocent, unconvincingly innocent, but technically innocent. Was that the correct song? Of course, Foreman. Traditional song, ancient song, very respectful song, passed down through generations, sacred almost. It sounded different. Must be acoustics. The ramp creates interesting echoes, very spiritual, very divine. The gods are listening, probably. Neff stares, long stare, knowing stare, suspicious stare, but says nothing, can't prove anything. Walks away. Crisis averted, barely. Khenti grins. Worth it. Totally worth it. That rhyme was perfect. You all laughed. I saw you. Admit it. We laughed, you admit. We also nearly died from fear, but we laughed. Ancient Egypt invented risk-reward calculation. That was high risk, medium reward, funny but dangerous, balanced. That's living. That's really living. Laughing while terrified. Working while questioning. Suffering while joking. That's human. That's beautiful. That's how you survive 3 months of pyramid building without losing your mind completely. You embrace the absurdity. You mock the system. You sing blasphemous songs. You live. He's right, somehow. Khenti is right. Humor helps. Questions help. Blasphemy helps. Not because pyramid isn't meaningful, but because handling contradictions requires humor. Requires ability to hold 2 thoughts simultaneously. This is both meaningful and absurd. Both important and ridiculous. Both eternal and pointless. All true. At once, forever. That's life. That's Egypt. That's pyramids. Ancient Egypt invented cognitive dissonance, then learned to laugh about it while pulling stones uphill, both ways. Week 4, the accident, Ancient Egypt's workplace safety video. Month into your season, you're experienced now, confident, competent, skilled. You know the work, know the ropes, know everything. You're expert. Relatively, compared to new workers, compared to farmers who just arrived, you're veteran, you're skilled, you're possibly overconfident, definitely overconfident, dangerously overconfident. Ancient Egypt invented workplace complacency. The moment you think you're safe is the moment you're most in danger. Classic. You're moving a large stone, larger than usual, heavier than usual, special stone for special position, important stone, critical stone, VIP stone. Stone with connections, 20 men pulling, including you. You're on the side, guiding, directing, using hand signals, telling others when to pull, when to stop, when to adjust. You're in control, you're responsible, you're important, you're about to learn humility. The stone slides onto position, almost perfect, needs minor adjustment, few inches left, small movement, easy movement, simple movement. You signal, small pull, everyone pulls. Stone moves, slightly, perfect, exactly where it needs to be. Success. You did it. You're amazing, you're expert, you're crack. The support log, the log under the stone. It's splitting, breaking, failing. The stone tilts toward you, directly toward you. Time slows, expands. You see everything. The stone, the angle, the trajectory. The destination, which is you, which is your body, which is your death. You're going to die, right now, in seconds, from falling stone, from stupid accident, from overconfidence. This is how you die. This is your end. Ancient Egypt invented workplace accidents. You're about to become statistic. Then someone grabs you. Hard, pulls, fast, strong. You fall, backward, away. The stone crashes, lands exactly where you were standing. 1 second earlier, half second earlier, you'd be paste. You'd be part of pyramid, forever. Literally forever. Incorporated into structure, eternal part of eternal monument. But not in good way, in dead way, in crushed way, in very unfortunate way, in there used to be a person there way. You're on ground, breathing, alive. Somehow alive, impossibly alive. Your heart is exploding, your hands are shaking, your mind is blank. You almost died. You actually almost died. That was real. That was seconds. That was closer than anything, ever. Ancient Egypt invented near-death experiences. You just had one. You're welcome, or sorry. Hard to tell which is appropriate. Khenti is yelling at you, loudly, angrily. More emotion than you've ever seen. Pay attention. You almost died. Died. Were you sleeping? Were you dreaming? Were you composing poetry? Were you thinking about dinner? Pay attention. Stones don't care about your confidence. Stones don't care about your experience. Stones kill everyone. Always. Forever. Respect the stones. You can't respond, can't speak, can't think. You're just breathing, just existing, just being alive, which is enough, which is everything, which is miracle. Ancient Egypt invented gratitude for not dying, for still breathing, for another day. Low bar, good bar. Nef appears, checks damage, checks you, checks stone. Disappointed, not surprised, just disappointed. You okay? Yes. You sure? Yes. Good, because that was stupid, careless, almost fatal. You know better. You're experienced. You got confident. Confidence kills. Never get confident. Always be afraid. Fear keeps you alive. Remember this. Learn this, because I can't keep saving you. Eventually you have to save yourself, or at least pay attention. One of the two. He walks away. You realize. He saved you. Nef, the foreman. He pulled you. He grabbed you. He saved your life. You owe him everything. Literally everything. Your life. Your future. Your family. Your existence. All because he was paying attention when you weren't. All because he cared. About workers, about people, about you. Ancient Egypt invented workplace safety officers. Nef is hero, unsung hero. Probably won't get commemorated in pyramid, but hero nonetheless. Later you find him. Thank you for saving me. I owe you. You owe me nothing. You owe yourself attention, focus, respect for the stones. Stones don't care about confidence. Stones don't care about experience. Stones kill anyone, everyone, always. Respect the stones, fear the stones, survive the stones. That's all. That's everything. You nod. You understand. You'll never forget. This day, this moment, this lesson. Pay attention. Stay afraid. Respect the work, the stones, the danger, the reality. You're building with multi-ton objects. In ancient times with primitive equipment, this is dangerous. Very dangerous. Actually deadly. You can die. Easily. Quickly. Stupidly. So you pay attention. You stay alert. You survive. That's success. That's winning. Not getting crushed. Basic goal. Important goal. Only goal that matters. Ancient Egypt invented workplace safety training. Through near-death experiences. Very effective. Traumatic but effective. That night, you can't sleep. You keep seeing the stone. Keep feeling the fall. Keep experiencing near-death. Trauma. Actual trauma. Post-traumatic stone disorder. You walk outside. Need air. Need space. Need processing. Need to remember you're alive. Merib is there. Always there. Old Merib who sees everything. Knows everything. Understands everything. Possibly psychic. Definitely wise. Can't sleep? I almost died today. But you didn't. That's important. That's what matters. You didn't die. You learned. You'll be more careful, more aware, more alive. This is education. Expensive education. Painful education. But education. You're better worker now. Better person now. Better survivor now. Because of this, be grateful. For lesson. For life. For tomorrow. Ancient Egypt invented learning from mistakes, preferably other people's mistakes, but your own works too. How do you do this? How do you come back, season after season, year after year, knowing the danger, knowing the risk, knowing people die? Why do you keep coming back? Because the pyramid matters, the work matters, the team matters, I matter. When I'm here, when I'm pulling, when I'm building, I matter. I'm part of something bigger, something eternal, something that will outlast me, outlast everyone. That's meaning, that's purpose, that's why I return. Despite danger, despite fear, despite age, despite everything, I return. Because here, I matter, I'm builder, I'm Egyptian, I'm eternal, sort of, through proxy, through stones, through pyramid. That's enough, that's everything. Ancient Egypt invented finding meaning in suffering. Philosophical breakthrough, still relevant today. You sit together, in silence, under stars, looking at pyramid, at massive, incomplete, impossible structure that you're building, that almost killed you, that you'll return to tomorrow, that you'll finish, that you'll complete, that will stand forever with your effort, your sweat, your blood, your life, almost your actual life, but not quite. You survived, you'll continue, you'll finish, you'll succeed, because that's what Egyptians do. Impossible things, through stubbornness, through courage, through refusing to accept death. Even when death is very close, very real, very possible, you refuse, you continue, you build. That's Egyptian, that's human, that's everything. Ancient Egypt invented resilience, determination, refusing to quit even when stones are trying to kill you. That's civilization, that's progress, that's humanity. Week 8. Philosophical Discussions, Ancient Egypt's Philosophy 101. 2 months into your season. You're veteran now, experienced, respected, battle-tested, stone-tested. You've earned your place, your reputation, your status. Team 7 is legendary. Best team, fastest team, most reliable team. The team that almost never drops stones. That one time doesn't count. Everyone agreed it doesn't count. You have identity, you have pride, you have meaning. For 1 more month, then back to farming. But for now, this is your life. This is your identity. This is who you are. Builder, Egyptian, eternal, sort of. Team 7 member, stone hauler, beer drinker, professional rope holder. Resume is getting impressive. Evening, after work, after food, after beer. Lots of beer. You're sitting, relaxing, recovering, existing as human instead of machine. Khenti is philosophical, unusual. Normally he's sarcastic. Tonight he's philosophical, deep, questioning, possibly too much beer. Hard to tell. You think he actually becomes God, pharaoh, when he dies? Like really becomes God? Or is it just story, just lie, just control mechanism, just way to make us build giant triangles? Everyone stops. This is dangerous territory, very dangerous. Questioning divinity, questioning pharaoh, questioning everything, but you're among workers, among team, among trusted people. So you engage, carefully, cautiously, honestly. Ancient Egypt invented philosophical discussions after work, debate club, existential questioning. While drunk, same as modern philosophy departments. I don't know, maybe? Maybe being pharaoh is so important that gods make it real? Like belief creates reality? Like enough people believing makes something true? Social construct becomes actual construct. Or maybe it's all performance. Khenti continues, can't help himself. Never helps himself. All theater. All way to control thousands of workers. Make us build mountains because we think it's divine. When really it's just powerful man wanting big grave. Really big grave. Unnecessarily big grave. Absurdly big grave. Grave you can see from space. If space viewing was possible. Which it's not. But you understand the point. And but the pyramid will stand, you argue. Forever, that's real. That matters. Future people will see this. Will know we were here. Will know we did this. Will know we mattered. That's meaningful. Even if Pharaoh isn't actually God. Even if it's just tomb. Even if it's just monument, it's permanent, it's eternal. That's something. That's everything. Ancient Egypt invented leaving legacy, making mark, achieving immortality through architecture. Amos joins. My grandfather built pyramids. 3 different pyramids. For 3 different pharaohs. You know what he said? He said pharaohs die. Dynasties end, names are forgotten. But pyramids remain, stone remains, work remains. We're not building for pharaohs. We're building for ourselves. For proof we existed. For proof we could do impossible. For proof we mattered. That's why we build. Not for gods. For us. For humanity. For showing future that we were here. We were capable. We were Egyptian. Young worker, new guy. Speaks up. Naive guy. Innocent guy. About to learn. But we're forced to be here. This is obligatory service. We don't choose this. How is that meaningful? How is forced labor meaningful? Merib answers. Old Merib, wise Merib, final authority Merib, philosophy professor Merib. You're not forced to be here. You're obligated. Big difference. Force is slavery. Obligation is citizenship. Egypt provides order, protection, irrigation, infrastructure, stability, civilization. In return, you provide service, labor, time, for 3 months when you can't farm anyway. That's fair. That's social contract. That's civilization. Without this, Egypt doesn't function. Without Egypt, you die in desert, alone, starving. So yes, you're obligated, but you're also benefiting every day, every year, your whole life. Egypt provides. You provide back. That's fair. That's how society works. Ancient Egypt invented social contract theory, thousands of years before Rousseau. Give us credit. But what if I don't want to provide? What if I just want to farm? Mind my business? Exist quietly? Be left alone? Then you don't get Egypt. You don't get protection. You don't get irrigation. You don't get civilization. You get desert. You get chaos. You get nothing. Egypt is package deal, benefits and obligations, together, forever. You don't get to pick and choose. You get everything or nothing. Choose. Ancient Egypt invented terms and conditions. You didn't read them, but you agreed to them by being born here. Welcome to society. Silence, everyone processing, thinking, understanding. Philosophy is hard, especially after long day moving stones. Egypt makes sense, sort of, in harsh way, in practical way, in ancient way. You give to get, you provide to receive, you serve to benefit. That's the system, that's civilization, that's how humans survive, together, through mutual obligation, through shared effort, through collective building of pyramids, of society, of meaning, all connected, all necessary, all Egyptian. Ancient Egypt invented complex political philosophy, then made everyone discuss it while drunk and exhausted. Educational system working as intended. Khenti breaks silence. So we're building pyramid because civilization requires it? Because society needs it? Because it's part of social contract? That's the justification. We're building pyramid because Egypt requires it. Pharaoh requires it. Gods require it. Society requires it. We require it. All true, all real, all necessary. That's complicated. That's nuanced. That's grown-up understanding. You're learning, growing, becoming wise through suffering, through stones, through pyramid. That's education. That's life. That's Egyptian. Ancient Egypt invented learning through experience, experiential education, hands-on training, very hands-on. Your hands are literally bleeding. Can't get more hands-on than that. You sit with this, process this, accept this, maybe, sort of. Pyramid is complicated, meaningful and absurd, important and excessive, divine and practical, eternal and temporary, all true simultaneously. That's okay, that's acceptable, that's human. Handling contradictions, holding opposites, building anyway, despite questions, despite doubts, despite everything, building, because that's what humans do. Impossible things, through determination, through community, through refusing to accept that something can't be done, even when it probably can't be done, even when it definitely shouldn't be done, you do it anyway. That's human, that's Egyptian, that's pyramid. Ancient Egypt invented its complicated as life philosophy, embracing complexity, accepting contradictions, moving stones anyway. That's wisdom. Week 12. The final push, Ancient Egypt's grand finale. Final week. Almost done. 3 months almost complete. You're a different person now. Stronger, harder, more experienced, more capable, more stone-shaped. You've changed. Physically, mentally, spiritually. You're builder. Egyptian builder. Pyramid builder. Professional stone mover. That's identity now. That's achievement. That's who you are. Your farmer friends won't recognize you. You have muscles, scars, calluses, 1,000-yard stare. You've seen things, stone things. Team 7 is legendary. Everyone knows you, respects you, fears you slightly, wants to be you. Your best team, most consistent, most reliable, most successful. You've placed hundreds of stones, moved thousands of tons, built significant portion of pyramid. You, your team, your effort. The pyramid is growing because of you. That's real, that's measurable, that's meaningful. Ancient Egypt invented measurable impact, KPIs, performance metrics. You moved X stones, pyramid grew Y cubits, success quantified. Work is harder now, because pyramid is higher, ramps are longer, stones must travel farther, higher, with more difficulty, but you're stronger, more skilled, more efficient. You compensate, you adapt, you overcome. That's Egyptian, that's builder, that's survivor. Ancient Egypt invented adaptation, evolution through suffering, becoming better through stones. Darwin would be proud. The pharaoh visits, actually visits. You've never seen Pharaoh, nobody has. He's divine, distant, separate, abstract concept. But today he's here, inspecting progress, inspecting his eternal resting place, inspecting his monument, his pyramid, his eternity, his extremely expensive grave. Everyone stops working, lines up, thousands of workers, standing, waiting, silent, respectful, terrified, awed, curious. Pharaoh approaches. He's smaller than expected, more human than expected. He looks normal, disappointingly normal. You expect a glow, divine aura, possibly floating, but he's just Guy, important Guy, divine Guy, but Guy. Ancient Egypt invented meeting your heroes and being slightly disappointed. He's shorter in person. He walks through camp, looks at pyramid, looks at workers. His face is unreadable, regal, composed, divine, possibly constipated, hard to tell. Divine expressions are complicated. The head architect accompanies him, explains progress, points at pyramid, at structures, at achievements. Pharaoh nods, seems pleased, seems satisfied, seems approving, seems like he's thinking, yes, this will be adequate grave. The architect speaks loudly for everyone. Important announcement. The pharaoh is pleased, greatly pleased. The pyramid progresses well, faster than expected, better than expected. The workers are skilled, dedicated, honorable, not dead. The pharaoh grants reward. Extra rations for all workers, beef, fish, date cakes, wine, for 3 days. Celebrate. You've earned this. You've succeeded. Continue, complete. Build eternity. Make triangle bigger. Everyone cheers, loudly, enthusiastically, genuinely. Beef, actual beef. You never get beef, you rarely get beef. This is incredible, this is worth 3 months. This is glory, this is acknowledgement, this is meaning. Pharaoh noticed, Pharaoh cares, Pharaoh provides. This matters, you matter, your work matters, everything matters. Ancient Egypt invented employee recognition programs, performance bonuses, except instead of money, it's beef. Honestly, beef is better. You can't eat money. Well, you can, but shouldn't. That night is feast. Real feast, massive feast, epic feast, legendary feast. Feast to end all feasts. Beef, roasted beef, grilled fish, fresh bread, date cakes, wine, beer, everything, all at once. Celebration, victory, success, achievement. You feast, you drink, you celebrate. You're alive, you survived, you succeeded. You're builder of eternity. You're Egyptian. You're proud, genuinely proud, actually proud, deeply proud. Ancient Egypt invented celebration, feasting, victory parties. Work hard, feast hard. That's the motto. Should be the motto, would be good motto. You sit with Team 7, your brothers, your family. For 3 months, soon you'll separate. Return to villages, return to normal lives, return to farming. But tonight, this moment, you're together, your team, you're legendary, you're best, you're successful, you're everything. Ancient Egypt invented found family, workplace bonds, brothers through suffering, family through stones. Khenti raises his cup, dramatic gesture, final toast. To Team 7, to the best team, to the team that moved the most stones, To the team that didn't drop a single stone. Well, that one time, but we don't talk about that. Official records show 0 dropped stones. To the team that will be remembered for approximately 2 weeks after we leave, then forgotten completely. But for now, we're legendary. We're heroes. We're slightly drunk. To Team 7, to stones, to beer, to making it through 3 months without dying, to surviving, to succeeding, to being Egyptian, to being builders, to being eternal, sort of, through stones, to everything. Everyone laughs, raises cups. To Team 7, to temporary glory, to eternal stones, to meaningless achievement. Wait, not meaningless, meaningful, definitely meaningful, probably meaningful, maybe meaningful. To Team 7, to beer, mostly beer, more laughter, more drinking, more celebration. You're drunk, slightly drunk, not very drunk, enough drunk, perfect drunk, celebration drunk, victory drunk, success drunk. You feel good, really good, better than you felt in months, better than you felt in years, maybe ever. You're builder, you're part of something. You matter. Right now, this moment, you matter. That's everything. That's all you need. That's perfect. Ancient Egypt invented happiness through beer, through achievement, through community, through stones, mostly beer though. The completion, going home, Ancient Egypt's exit interview. Your season ends. 3 months complete, contract fulfilled, obligation satisfied. You're free, free to leave, free to return, free to go home, back to family, back to farm, back to normal, back to not pyramid, back to stones that don't weigh 2 tons. You're ready, sort of, maybe, not really, mixed feelings. But you're going anyway. Ancient Egypt invented bittersweet endings. Wanting to leave, wanting to stay, wanting both, wanting neither. It's complicated. You pack your things, simple things, same things you came with, plus some extra gifts from pharaoh, from foreman, from team. Small things, meaningful things, reminders of time, of work, of achievement, of 3 months, of eternity, of pyramid, of stones, of beer. Mostly stones and beer. You say goodbye to Team 7, your brothers, your family, your team. Khenti hugs you, actually hugs you. Unexpected, emotional, real, slightly awkward, very Egyptian. You survived. I'm impressed, genuinely impressed. First few days I thought you'd quit, thought you'd cry, thought you'd fail, thought you'd become paste under stone, but you didn't. You stayed, you worked, you succeeded. You became builder, real builder, good builder, best builder. I'm proud of you, of us, of Team 7. We're legendary for approximately 2 weeks, then forgotten. But we know, we'll always know, we were best. We built eternity together. That matters. That's everything. Ancient Egypt invented workplace friendships, bonds through suffering, connections through stones. You're stuck with me now, forever, in memory. Awkward. You can't speak. Too emotional. Too grateful. Too everything. You nod, hug back. Try not to cry. Fail slightly. Acceptable. This is acceptable. Emotions are acceptable. Sometimes, when earned, when real, when meaningful. This is meaningful. Team 7 is meaningful. Khenti is meaningful. Everything is meaningful. Ancient Egypt invented emotional vulnerability. Between stone-hauling men, revolutionary. Merib finds you. Old Merib. Wise Merib. Father figure Merib. Gandalf Merib. You did well. Better than most. You learned. You grew. You survived. You thrived. You're a different person now. Better person. Stronger person. More capable person. More stone-shaped person. You'll return to farming. But you'll never be just farmer. You'll be builder. Forever. In your heart. In your memory. In your identity. In your very stone-damaged spine. You built a pyramid. Part of pyramid. That's permanent. That's eternal. Sort of. Through stones. Through work. Through effort. You're eternal now. Congratulations. Welcome to immortality. It's less glamorous than expected. He walks away, leaving you, with words, with meaning, with understanding, with confusion. You're builder. You'll always be builder. Even when farming, even when old, even when dying. You're builder. You built pyramid. You built eternity. You built meaning. That's who you are. Forever. Ancient Egypt invented identity through work. You are what you build. You built pyramid. Therefore you are pyramid. Logic checks out. You leave camp. Walk away. Turn back. Look at pyramid. Your pyramid. The pyramid you built. Well, helped build. Well, moved some stones for. But still, your pyramid. Your effort. Your sweat. Your blood. Your life. Almost your actual life. But not quite. You survived. You succeeded. You built. The pyramid stands, growing, rising, becoming. It will be completed. Next season. Next year. Eventually. Definitely eventually. Probably. And you were part of it. You helped. You mattered. That stone you placed. Week 4. That's yours. That's permanent. That's eternal. Forever. Long after you're dead. Long after everyone's dead. That stone, your stone, will be there. In pyramid, in history, in eternity. That's meaningful. That's everything. That's enough. Ancient Egypt invented legacy, leaving mark, making impact, through stones, always stones. You walk home, days of walking, along Nile, through Egypt, beautiful Egypt, fertile Egypt, rich Egypt, you're Egyptian, you're proud, deeply proud, of Egypt, of pharaoh, of civilization, of pyramid, of yourself. You built that, you were part of that, you mattered for 3 months, but those 3 months are eternal. Those 3 months are forever. Those 3 months changed you, made you, defined you, your builder, Egyptian builder, pyramid builder, professional stone mover. That's identity. That's achievement. That's life. Ancient Egypt invented personal growth through manual labor, character development through stones. It works. Surprisingly. You reach your village, your home, your family. They see you, run to you, embrace you, welcome you. You're home. You're safe. You survived. You're different. They see it. You're stronger, harder, more confident, more capable, more scarred. You're builder now, not just farmer. Builder. They're proud, impressed, awed, slightly concerned. You built pyramid. You actually built pyramid. That's incredible. That's impossible. That's legendary. That's why you're walking weird. Stones were heavy. Your children want stories. All the stories. Every detail. Every stone. Every moment. You tell them. You exaggerate. Slightly. Make it more dramatic, more dangerous, more impressive. The stones were bigger. The ramps were steeper. The sun was hotter. The foreman was meaner. The beer was stronger. Everything was more. They believe everything. Their father is hero. Their father built pyramid. Their father is legendary. Their father has really strong hands now. Weird hands. Calloused hands. Stone hands. You're legendary. For approximately 2 weeks. Then back to normal. Back to farming. Back to regular life. But you know, you'll always know. You built pyramid. You moved stones. You pulled ropes. You suffered. You survived. You succeeded. You're builder forever. That's identity. That's meaning. That's everything. Ancient Egypt invented dad stories, exaggerated work stories. Back in my day we built pyramids, uphill, both ways, with stones, big stones. Years pass, many years. You're old, older, oldest. Your back hurts, constantly. Your hands are scarred, permanently. Your body is destroyed. From farming, from aging, from living, from stones. Mostly stones. But you remember. You remember pyramid. You remember Team 7. You remember Khenti. You remember Merib. You remember everything. Every stone. Every rope. Every moment. Everything. The memories are permanent. Like stones. Like pyramid. Like everything. You take your grandchildren to Giza to see pyramid. Your pyramid. Complete now. Finished. Perfect. Massive. Impossible. Beautiful. Eternal. Triangular. very triangular. They stare, mouths open, eyes wide, can't believe, can't process, can't understand. This is impossible. This is massive. This is eternal. This is triangle. I built that, you tell them. Point at it. Your pyramid. I was there. I moved those stones. I pulled those ropes. I drank that beer. I was part of that. That's mine. That's ours. That's Egyptian. That's eternal. Forever. See that stone? Third level, left side. That's mine. I put that there. That stone weighs more than your entire future. And I moved it up a ramp with ropes and beer. Mostly beer. They don't fully understand. Can't fully understand. Too young, too inexperienced, too alive, too unstoned. But they're impressed. Awed, proud. Their grandfather built pyramid. Their grandfather is hero. Their grandfather is legend. Their grandfather is eternal. Sort of. Through stones, through pyramid, through memory, through story, through constant reminders. Did I tell you about the pyramids? Let me tell you about the pyramids. You'll die. Soon. Eventually. But this remains. This stone. This structure. This pyramid. Your pyramid. Forever. That's meaningful. That's achievement. That's life. Well lived. Well built. Well done. Ancient Egypt invented bragging rights. Eternal bragging rights. I built pyramid. Beat that. Nasha, the historical reality. Ancient Egypt, the facts. So what was it really like to build the pyramids? Was it slavery? Was it suffering? Was it meaningless exploitation? Was it aliens? Was it ancient lasers? Was it magic? No. Actually, no. Modern archaeology has discovered something surprising. Something that contradicts popular assumptions. Something that changes everything. The pyramid builders weren't slaves. They were workers, paid workers, well-fed workers, respected workers, Egyptian workers, with beer rations. Important detail, very important detail. Evidence from workers' camps at Giza shows extensive organization, proper housing, food distribution systems, medical facilities, breweries. Important, very important. The workers ate well, very well. Beef, fish, bread, beer. Better than typical ancient diet. Better than what you'd expect. The pharaoh invested in workers, because healthy workers are productive workers. Dead workers are useless workers. This was pragmatic. This was efficient. This was smart. Ancient Egypt invented employee wellness programs, except instead of gym memberships, it's beer and beef. Better system, honestly. Worker burials show honor, respect. They were buried near the pyramids, with goods, with ceremony, with importance. Slaves don't get honored burials. Slaves get dumped in pits. These workers were valued, respected, important. They were building eternity. They knew it. Everyone knew it. They were honored for it. Ancient Egypt invented respect for labor, recognition for workers, honoring builders. Revolutionary concept. Graffiti found on stones shows team names, team pride, friendly rivalries. The friends of Khufu versus the followers of the strong white crown. They had identities, competition, pride, community. This wasn't forced labor. This was organized civic service, with meaning, with pride, with purpose. Ancient Egypt invented workplace culture, team identity, corporate branding. Except the corporation is pyramid and the brand is eternity. The pyramids weren't built by slaves. They were built by Egyptians, regular Egyptians, farmers during flood season, craftsmen, workers, citizens, fulfilling obligation, serving pharaoh, building eternity, together, as community, as nation, as civilization. That's how pyramids got built. Through organization, through logistics, through community effort, through Egyptian determination to do impossible things, because they could, because they believed, because that's what Egyptians do, impossible things, forever, with beer. The Great Pyramid of Khufu took approximately 20 years to complete, using estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, averaging 2.5 tons each, some weighing up to 80 tons, moved, lifted, placed, perfectly, with Bronze Age technology, with rope and wood and human effort, with beer. Can't forget beer. It's incredible. It's impossible. It's Egyptian. It's proof that humans can do anything with enough organization, determination, and beer, mostly beer. And it still stands, 4,500 years later. Still standing, still impressive, still impossible, still eternal, still triangular. The workers are long dead, their names forgotten, their lives ended, but their work remains, their achievement stands, their stones are eternal. That's meaningful. That's important. That's everything they wanted. Eternity. Through stones, through pyramids, through achievement. They got it. They earned it. They built it. Forever. Ancient Egypt invented immortality. Through construction, through stones, through refusing to build small tombs. Go big or go home. They went big. Very big. The final question. What would you do? So what if you built the pyramids? You'd work. Hard. Very hard. Brutally hard. Your hands would bleed. Your back would scream. Your body would suffer. That's real. That's true. That's unavoidable. Ancient Egypt didn't have easy mode. But you'd also eat. Well, very well. Better than home. Better than normal. Beef, fish, bread, beer. Date cakes. Good food. Regular food. Provided food. That's real. That's archaeological fact. That's surprising. Ancient Egypt invented workplace cafeteria. Free lunch. Good lunch. You'd have community. Team. Brothers. Friends. Competition. Pride. Identity. You'd be part of something. Something bigger. Something meaningful. Something eternal. Something triangular. That's real. That's important. That's human need. Ancient Egypt invented team building. Through stones, you'd be respected, honored, valued, not slave, not victim, worker, citizen, builder, contributing, serving, achieving. That's real. That's dignity. That's meaning. Ancient Egypt invented labor rights. Sort of. Basic labor rights. Beer-based labor rights. You'd be building, creating, making, impossible made possible, through effort, through determination, through collective work, stones becoming pyramid, chaos becoming order, human will becoming eternal structure. That's real, that's achievement, that's everything. Ancient Egypt invented, we did that. Pride in accomplishment, through stones, always stones. You'd be building, creating, making, impossible made possible, through effort, through determination, through collective work, stones becoming pyramid, chaos becoming order, human will becoming eternal structure. That's real. That's achievement. That's everything. Ancient Egypt invented, we did that. Pride in accomplishment. Through stones, always stones. Could you handle it? The work, the pain, the exhaustion, the 3 months of suffering, the stones, the heat, the beer for breakfast? Probably, maybe. Humans are capable, more capable than they think, more resilient than they imagine. You'd adapt, you'd strengthen, you'd survive, you'd succeed. Probably, maybe, hopefully. You'd become stone person, stone-shaped, stone-minded, stone everything. Would it be worth it? The suffering? The effort? The sacrifice? For pyramid? For pharaoh? For eternity? For triangle? That's personal question. That's philosophical question. That's question without answer, without right answer, without universal answer. You decide. After 3 months, after stones, after ropes, after suffering, after succeeding, you decide. Is eternity worth 3 months? Is meaning worth pain? Is achievement worth sacrifice? Is beer worth everything? Yes, beer is definitely worth it. That's not even a question. One thing is certain, is undeniable, is eternal. The pyramid stands, still stands, will always stand. The workers who built it, long dead, long forgotten, long gone. But their work remains, their achievement stands. Their stones are eternal. They wanted eternity. They got eternity. Through pyramids, through stones, through refusing to accept that something couldn't be done. They built eternity. They earned eternity. They are eternity, sort of, through proxy, through stones, through pyramid. That's meaningful. That's achievement. That's everything. That's enough. Ancient Egypt proved humans can achieve immortality through construction, through beer, through stubbornness, through stones, forever stones. So next time you see pyramids, in pictures, in documentaries, in person if you're lucky, in video games if you're not, remember, those were built by humans, regular humans, workers, Egyptians, people like you, with beer. They suffered, they struggled, they succeeded. They built impossible things through determination, through community, through refusing to quit, through beer. They built eternity with bleeding hands and screaming backs and iron determination and significant beer consumption. They built pyramids. They built meaning. They built proof that humans can do anything, anything, when we work together, when we believe, when we refuse to accept impossible, when we have beer. That's human achievement. That's human capability. That's human meaning. That's pyramids. That's eternal. That's everything. That's proof that with enough organization, determination, and beer, humans can build anything, even giant triangles in the desert, even impossibly massive monuments, even eternity. And you could have been part of it. You could have pulled those ropes. You could have moved those stones. You could have drunk that beer. You could have built eternity for 3 months, for 1 season, for brief moment, but moment that lasts forever, through stones, through pyramids, through memory, through history, through eternity, through beer. You could have done that. You could have been that. You could have been builder, Egyptian builder, pyramid builder, eternal builder, beer drinker, for 3 months that become forever. That's the question. That's the choice. That's the meaning. What would you do? Would you build? Would you suffer? Would you achieve? Would you become eternal? Through stones? Through pyramids? Through refusing to accept impossible? Through beer? Would you, could you? Should you? Think about it. Really think about it. While you're comfortable, while you're safe, while you're modern, with machines and technology and everything easy, with coffee instead of beer. Could you do what they did? Could you build what they built? Could you achieve what they achieved? With nothing but rope and wood and human determination and beer? Could you? Really? Honestly? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe you'll never know. Because pyramids are built. Eternity is achieved. That chapter is closed. But the question remains, could you do impossible? Could you suffer for meaning? Could you sacrifice for eternity? Could you build pyramids with your life, with your effort, with your sacrifice, with beer? Could you? Would you? Should you? That's for you to answer. That's for you to decide. That's for you to discover through living, through trying, through building your pyramids, your eternity, your meaning, whatever that is, however that looks, whenever that happens. Build your pyramids, build your eternity, build your meaning through suffering, through achievement, through refusing to accept impossible, through beer. Build. Always build, forever build. That's human. That's meaningful. That's everything. That's pyramids. That's eternal. That's you. Now go, build something impossible, something eternal, something meaningful. Build your pyramids, whatever they are, however they look, wherever they stand. Build. Because that's what humans do. Impossible things. Through determination, through community, through refusing to quit, through beer. Build pyramids, build eternity, build meaning, build, always build, forever build. That's human, that's Egyptian, that's eternal, that's you, that's everything. And remember, ancient Egypt invented hold my beer as life philosophy, then actually held the beer while building pyramids. That's civilization, that's progress, that's humanity, that's perfection.